Your phone is designed to keep you distracted, but with a few smart changes, you can literally rewire it to help you focus, build habits, and stop frying your brain with dopamine. Starting off with reducing the amount of dopamine that is spiked because of you using your phone. We know it, you know it. You are addicted to your phone just because of the fact of how much dopamine it spikes when you use it, when you scroll on Instagram. And that is a single thing, the dopamine spike, that causes the addiction to cigarettes, that causes the addiction to alcohol, that causes the addiction to all these like bad habits. The dopamine spike. And you must reduce that when you're using your phone. And the first and most important thing that you need to do is delete Instagram, delete Snapchat, and disable YouTube. I did this myself, and I swear, man, it is so funny. These are the three apps, like mainly the three apps that is causing that addiction to your phone. I swear, when you don't have these apps on your phone, like it's so much helpful for you to not. It just makes you opening your phone not really a very tempting and exciting thing to do. For you to have Instagram, Snapchat, there's so much of distractions on those apps. And there's literally no benefit to having social media apps on your phone. And I've realized this myself as I've done this advice. I've like every single thing that I'm telling you in this video, I have done that myself on my phone. And even my friends ask me usually, like, why is your phone so weird? Like they look at my phone and it's actually very weird. Like slowly and slowly it's gonna start getting weird in this video. But first of all, delete Instagram, delete Snapchat, and disable YouTube. Disable YouTube because I know for a fact I experienced this myself. I deleted Instagram. I don't really use Snapchat to be honest, so I just kept it there because I don't have a number on my phone yet. So I use Snapchat for texting, and I'm not really like I have enough self-respect for myself that I'm not gonna go to those the Reels version of Snapchat, which is so cheap. Reels like I don't go there. I'm not addicted to Snapchat as such, so I just have it on my phone instead. But when I deleted Instagram, I remember I got addicted to YouTube Shorts instead because those were like a replacement for Instagram for me. And the thing why we are doing this is to make sure that we don't use our phone so much as we do. We want to build discipline enough to not use our phone for unproductive means, but we don't have that discipline yet. We are not any David Goggins who's just going to stop using his phone completely as soon as he tells himself. We are a bit weaker than that. Let's agree. And if you are weaker than that, you're probably gonna, if you delete Instagram, you're probably gonna go on YouTube and start scrolling on the shorts instead, because your mind is addicted to the internet. What you need to do is disable YouTube. Go to the settings of apps and disable YouTube from there. Go to the Play Store and uninstall Instagram, uninstall Snapchat if you're addicted to it. Those three apps, I swear, man, those are the most like tempting apps on your phone. Those are the apps that actually like really, really make you want to pick your phone up and use it. Those are the apps that are actually making you so addicted to your phone. YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat. And if you're like from a foreign country, then TikTok too. All those short form content apps, all those social media apps, delete them. I swear, they are poison. Poison to have on your phone. Poison. Delete them. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. Disable YouTube for the time being so that you don't go to YouTube to satisfy that short form content needs and get an addiction to YouTube shorts instead. So make sure to delete and disable those few apps. Then the next thing that you can do is go to digital well-being settings and turn on bedtime mode in there. By the way, as I'm saying this advice, you can do this as you're watching this video. Just pick your phone up. I told you the first piece of advice, which is to get rid of all those social media apps that you're addicted to. Get rid of TikTok, get rid of Instagram, get rid of Snapchat, and disable YouTube from the app setting. Do that as you're watching this video because you're probably gonna procrastinate and probably gonna click on another video after this video. It's gonna get you away from the main topic that I'm talking about here. And this advice is not gonna help you until and unless you actually use it. And I know it's good to watch these kind of videos or listen to these kind of videos for brainwashing, but still, this advice that telling you right now is not gonna work until and unless you actually implement it, until and unless you actually go on the phone and turn on those settings and disable those apps and delete those apps. So please trust me. If you really want this advice to work, please implement this yourself. So now, what I was saying was go to digital well-being and turn on bedtime mode. Bedtime mode is basically this kind of mode on your phone, which is going to turn everything into grayscale and everything into black and white. And it's really, really helpful because these apps, that like social media apps or any apps as such, they know how to make you addicted. They have a specific color scheme in their icons, which makes a person addicted to them, which makes a person intrigued to click on that app. So make sure you go to digital well-being settings and turn on the bedtime mode, which blacks and white out everything so that those colors cannot affect you anymore. And it also like gives kind of like a boring sensation to your phone. If you want to take this a step further, you can even just put like a black background on your phone. And like most people, we have like very interesting backgrounds and backgrounds like that are like kind of like personalized to our likings. But if you just turn it black, just completely black, you can just like click a photo with your hand on it, and it'll be a black photo, no nothing at all, and just put that as your background in the lock screen and the home screen. What that's gonna do for you is gonna decrease the amount of dopamine that induces as well. And I've done this myself. If you feel like that I am being a hypocrite here, I've done this myself. You can see I have a full black and white and like basically black wallpaper on my lock screen, and that really helps. That really helps because this makes your phone like gives your phone a vibe of boring. Like it's something that's so not so tempting to pick up and use. That really helps for you to get rid of that addiction that, oh, you're bored. Like this kind of like a setting inside of your mind that, oh, as soon as you're bored, that equals to you picking up your phone and getting rid of the boredom. Boredom is so important for us. It sparks the new ideas. And this will make your phone boring. This will make your phone like kind of like not a tempting vibe, not a tempting thing to pick up and use. Now, the next thing is how to use your phone for better focus. Your phone is made to distract. Your phone is made to reduce your attention span. How can you undo that? There's another setting in the digital well-being settings. You go there and there's going to be this kind of focus mode there. And this is honestly, this is so helpful. So helpful. You can put that focus mode on and you can choose a few of these apps that you actually feel like you use productively. For me, like that is ChatGPT, calls, Gmail, and I do tend to use Google a bit unproductively sometimes. Like sometimes I'll just go to Google, go to the Instagram web version or the YouTube web version and log into my account there and then use it there instead. And that's why I've like not even included Google in the focus settings. So the focus settings for me includes that the apps that I can use on a daily basis, when the focus mode is on, those apps are like ChatGPT, Gmail, Call, and a few of the more like Step Counter. All those few apps that I do feel like I use productively, I put it into the focus mode. And this is so helpful. I seriously mean it. It's so damn helpful. And the number of the apps that you probably include, by the way, it's going to be probably like a few. Like you include Notes, Gmail, calls, ChatGPT. Like it's not going to be more than like 6 to 10 apps. What do you do that? What do you do then is basically just put all those apps on the home screen as much as you can. Put all those apps on your home screen so that you have what you were looking for when you turn your phone on. And the second thing that you can do for focus mode, and this is going to be a very extreme, you've probably never heard of this. There's a setting in most people's phone that when they click on the phone like this, just double tap and it opens. I don't have that setting on my phone. For me to open my phone, I'll have to manually click here. And just that amount of friction between you opening your phone, I swear it just that amount of friction, it really makes a big change. Really makes a big change for you to instead of just like click on the phone and the phone's on, instead you need to click on that button manually. That makes a huge change, huge difference between you using the phone basically. And I swear, man, that makes you that makes it much easier to access your phone, and you don't want that. So make sure that this setting is called like click to rise on your phone. I don't know where you're gonna find it. Just like Look it up on your settings app, just search for it, click to rise, and just turn that off so that every single time that you want to turn your phone on, you'll have to click on the button manually, which increases just a little bit amount of friction between you turning the phone on and the phone being off. And I just like tell you that really helps. It really does help. All these advices that I'm telling you in this video, they really do help because they've worked on me. Then another thing is for you to increase your focus. If you're gonna keep Google in the few apps that you can access in the focus mode, then make sure that you're logged out from Instagram and YouTube, the web versions of the Instagram. Like at least Instagram, because this happens so much. You delete Instagram from your phone, and then you open up Google, log into the Instagram web version, and use Instagram there instead. Now that web version in itself is quite unusable. You cannot even post stories there on there properly. But just log out of it, just so you make sure that you don't accidentally go back again there when you're tempted to use these kind of social media apps. Now, the next thing that phones do is they distract us quite a lot from our real world, like the modern things. Sorry, not the modern things, the real things that we're doing, your real life. Your phone distracts you from that. Your phone takes you away from that. You're studying, and there's this kind of like notification that pops up. So, first thing that you can do that your phone stops distracting you so much is to turn off all notifications. Turn off all notifications that are. This is so important advice that I'm giving you here. Turning your notifications off. Literally ask any guy who has even just a bit of self-respect for themselves, even like a bit of success in their life. They'll tell you they have notifications off because they understand how important it is to have your full attention into whatever you're doing. You could be reading a book, you could be studying, you could be working on your business, you could be working anything, you could be doing anything. But it's so important to have your focus into that thing, 100% focus, and not have your phone like make random like noises and just completely distract you away. Because let's say you're reading a book, and I've seen this kind of people, and it pisses me off to like see people. They'll hear a notification from their phone, and they'll come like instantly pick their phone up, check the notification, bring that text back to the person who texted them. It's so frustrating. It completely takes their focus away from this present world, the real world, into their phone. And it's so dangerous for you to have, like, when you're reading a book and randomly your phone, which is like kept 1 feet away from you, makes a kind of sound. And you pick it up, like instantly pick it up and check your phone, check the updates. You're not a prime minister. You're not a president of the country. You're such an important person that you need to message back at the exact time when the person messages you. If your friend messages you, you can text him back later. Okay, you can text them back later. You're probably not the most important person in your country, not most important person in your city, that it's so important for you to reply to those messages instantly. Those messages can wait. But the thing that you were doing, reading the book, that cannot wait. You must have full focus into whatever you're doing. And it's so important to turn those notifications off. It's like the single most important thing for you to do on your phone. Turn all the notifications off. All notifications off. Every single app, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, every notification should be off. All of them. It's very important to not be distracted by your phone by such silly means of like a random pop sound or something. So make sure you turn all those notifications off. If you can even do, like, if you want to take this a step further, get on the do not disturb mode. But I do feel like I did, like, I turned that mode on my phone, and I kept it on for like 3 to 4 months. But then I realized that my phone won't like show calls. If somebody's calling me, it won't show on my phone that somebody's calling me. It'll just ring the ringtone, and usually my phone is on silent, so I won't even ever realize that somebody's calling me on my phone. And that is risky for me because my parents like to keep a track of where I am, or like to call me quite a lot frequently when I'm outside with my phone. So that was a bit dangerous for me. So I turned the do not disturb mode off because I wanted to make sure that I'm picking my parents' calls up. But the thing with me is that I don't get any other calls on my phone than from my parents. For you, it may be that you're getting calls from 100,000 different people. because you maybe have like a lot of connections, a lot of networks. Maybe you have a lot of friends on your school who like to call you quite a lot. So what you can do for that, I do know that there is a setting on your phone where you can like silent out all the calls on your phone except like a few exceptional ones. So like you can not not silent your father's call, your mother's call, your sister's call, your grandparents' call. That's mainly the calls that you would like to like pick up as soon as they call. And the other calls, like your friend calling or any random guy from the world calling, any cold caller, you can silent all of that down. There's a setting, I'm pretty sure there is a setting for that. So just look it up on ChatGPT or Google, see if that works for you, then please turn that on because even calls to an extent, like a random company calls, like random cold calls, random calls from a robot, all those calls, those are also very distracting as the notifications. So make sure you do that too. Then another thing is to silence all call. Yeah, because I've done that. I've done that. Now the next thing is to limit your blue light exposure. Your phone has a lot of blue light emitting from it. And there's this one setting that you can turn on, which you will see the difference immediately if you have that setting on your phone for a few days, a few weeks, and then you randomly turn it off. You're going to see the difference instantly. Instantly. I see it myself. And I have that setting on my laptop, on my phone, on every single device that I use, which is a eye comfort shield, which is basically it's like increases the warmth on your screen, and it's so beneficial. It's so beneficial. I can see the difference immediately. I have it on my phone for like years and years straight, and as soon as I turn it off randomly, I'll see the difference immediately. That my phone seems much more whiter, and it's so much more like pinching into my eyes, and my eyes are getting watery because of how like headache-ish amount of blue light exposure am I that I'm getting from using my phone or my laptop or any device as such. So make sure, like, this is so important. Make sure that you turn that warmth setting on, or that eye comfort shield warmth. I don't know what you call it. Like every device has a different name for it. Just turn that on so that your screen is a bit more warm, and it really helps. It really does help to limit that eye scratching, like eye pinching amount of blue light exposure that you're for. I do think that it still like the blue light exposure is still going to be there. It's just that your screen is not going to be as white as it usually is, which still helps quite a lot. So make sure you turn that on to the eye comfort shield basically. And another thing that you can do to limit the blue light exposure is to have yourself some blue light glasses, the ones that I have myself. These are basically like normal glasses. If you have number on your spectacles, just make them like a blue ray glasses. They will have the number themselves, but they will also make sure that they do not let the blue light from other devices enter your eyes. So when I'm wearing this thing, the blue light is not going to pass through the lenses, and it's available on like every single thing, every single website, every single shop that you can find yourself, which sells spectacles, and it really helps. I do not use it this you do not use this quite often, but I am planning to use it because the blue light is real at the end of the day. It really does affect you. And I do use it sometimes at night because when you're using phone or any device at night, that blue light is making your sleep quality worse. I don't know the exact science behind it as of now. I would love to know, of course. But for you to use too much, for you to get too much of blue light exposure at night does affect your sleep quality very negatively. So this is a very good thing to use at night, especially like if you randomly pick your phone up to like set an alarm for yourself tomorrow morning, make sure you have those spectacles on so that it doesn't hurt your sleep negatively. And now the last thing is for you to have some sort of accountability from your phone. And it's so good because that makes a productive thing that your phone does. It keeps you accountable. What you can do is just have a single home screen. As I said this before, you have different pages on your home screen. Like you're gonna have pages of apps. For me, I have mainly just one page. This is the home page, and it has the step counter on it. It has the screen time on it. As you can see, bro, I'm very productive. I have 0 minutes of screen time today. That's so nice. That's genuinely a flex. 0 minutes of screen time. I have a screen time setting here. I have a step counter setting here, and these are like the six. No, that's eight. These are the eight main apps that I use on a daily basis, which are allowed in the focus mode, and that's it. That's it. That it really really helps. It really helps to keep you accountable. And even if it does not help, let's imagine it does not help. At least it will make you feel guilty about the fact that you literally used your phone for 5 hours on a random day. Because if you did, then you're gonna have it right there in front of you on the homepage. And make sure that you only have one page. Don't have like random pages for your app, like in your phone. There's gonna be pages for you to scroll down on your apps. Just have one page, which is going to be the home page, and you have like the main apps that you use on the focus mode settings, like the eight, the six apps, whatever, and have them, and also have them the also have your step counter on that same page, and also have your screen time on that same page. Actually, at least have your screen time on that same page because it really keeps you accountable to look at your screen time and see 5 hours on that screen time. On a random day, you just used your phone for 5 hours. It's gonna really make you feel very guilty, like very, very guilty. That kind of stuff doesn't happen with me anymore. Like as you can see, I had 0 minutes of screen time, and it's already like afternoon at this point, and I had 0 minutes of screen time. After I actually used these advices that I'm telling you in this video, I swear my screen time went from 5 hours straight to 2 hours, 1 hour, and that too only like out of that 1 hour, I'll be listening to like music for like 15, 20 minutes when I'm working out, or sometimes it's going to be 1.5 hour. Maybe I'm listening to some podcast as I'm working out or something, as I'm doing my chores or something. So basically, it really reduces and reduces your screen time. These advices that I've given you on this video, and that was mostly just it. I have to tell you that what this causes, what happens once you do this, once you actually implement every single of advice that I gave you in this video, what happens is a lot of times, at least for the first week that you have all these settings on and all those apps deleted, at least for the first week, you're gonna pick up your phone randomly because you have a habit of picking up your phone as soon as you're bored. You're gonna pick up your phone and you're gonna realize that you can't really do anything with it because you have YouTube disabled, Instagram deleted, Snapchat deleted. You're on your focus setting. That means you can't even go to Google or anything. You can literally just use ChatGPT, but you don't have any questions right now. You can literally use calls, but you don't want to call anybody right now. You can use YouTube Music or like Spotify, whatever you listen to, like music on, and but you don't want to use it because you're not doing something as you're listening to the music. You're literally just laid down on your bed, you're picking up your phone, you realize that you can't really do anything with it, and then you just turn it back off and just keep it there because you realize your phone becomes so boring and so like there's so much of resistance between you using your phone because it's just so boring. There's no point of picking up your phone anymore, and you're gonna face this. This is going to be like this make you or break you moment that is gonna like define your journey in using your phone productively. And that's gonna be, how are you replacing that time? There's probably like 2 3 hours in a day that you just lay down on your bed and doom scroll for hours and hours, right? Hours. What do you do instead? Instead, the best thing that I can give you, best advice that I can give you to do instead of using your phone is to read a book. All these books that are there, all right above me on that shelf, all these books right there, all these books on that one that are there, all these books, man, I swear, it's so much similar to using a phone. You have something to do on your hands, and you're staring at it as just like how you would stare your phone at. You can do that while laid down on your bed, just like how you doom scroll on your phone. It's so similar to your phone, but it is so much better. It doesn't spike your dopamine like crazy. It doesn't ruin your attention span. It doesn't like register that amount spent on the book as unproductive time. No, that was a productive period. You learn something, you educate yourself, and that's why you see almost like in every single video you see a different book here on this kind of thing that I have for myself. Almost every single time you'll see a different book here. The last book I read was like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Before that I read Can't Hurt Me and Hyper Focus. All those books I just keep them here, the one that I'm reading, and it's so much more helpful to like remind me that okay, I can rather just pick my book up, lay down on the bed and start reading. And it's almost as if I'm doom scrolling because some books can really hook you like nothing else, and you'll just stay there reading the book for hours and hours. and which that's actually going to help you, that's actually going to educate you, that's actually going to teach you something. That will be how you would use your time more productively, and and this video was about how to make your phone the most boring and the most productive device that you could possibly use. Anyways, that was it. I hope this video really helped you. Please implement the advice that I gave you in this video, because it's only going to work if you implement it. And I hope this video helped you. Thank you. Goodbye. Jai Shri Krishna.